how it started and how it ended. How it ended is Isabella's asking for a restraining order on 8/19/2025. Let me see if I have a highlighter here. Make it easier for you guys. So this is the most recent, and this is when it started. Oh, okay. I guess you got to do this every time. Oh boy, that's no good. No, I don't want that. You scare me. You scare me. It's crazy. All right, let's keep going.
Uh-oh. Running out of
Can't
bit.
use a highlighter. I suck. Let's keep going. All right. So, date and action. On 5/12/2016, the petition was filed and the summons was issued. Let's keep going. The date of the marriage was 3/3/2014. This is the marriage with Isabella Gonzalez. The date of the separation is 5/1/2016. I gotta drink the energy drink because you guys know I don't get sleep. That's not a part of my vocabulary. Worked the night shift last night, got home around 3 a.m., went to bed, son woke me up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, talking about come play with me. We ended up falling asleep together for like an hour, and then I came and started working on the show, getting prepped for the show. It was crazy. Life is crazy.
Sure is.
All right, let's keep going. Family law petition and party information entered. 5/12/2016. Failure to bring case to trial. Judgment on 5/11/21 at 8 p.m. Let's keep going. So this basically like, did they have proof of service, stuff like that? Disillusion with trial, summons filed, the declaration of residence. This is like every single step of the way. So some of it's probative, some of it's not. Let's keep going. On 5/12/2016, request for order protection, a request for order for child custody, visitation, child support, and spousal support filed on 5/12/2016 by Jake Mitchell. So Jake is the one who's asking for this stuff in this one. Let's keep going. 5/16. So it looks like initially it's Jake who's taking all of the action. And we'll see that Jake is pretty savvy with this stuff. Jake allegedly tried to sue the hospital that Promise was at, kind of blaming the hospital, if I'm not mistaken. I'm kind of paraphrasing from what I heard and what I read, blaming the hospital for what happened to his daughter as though he's not the one who did it. He ended up pleading guilty for doing it. But he tried to sue the hospital, but I heard it was dismissed. He also has filed multiple workers' compensation claims so he could collect workman's comp and not actually work. So this guy is kind of like, in my opinion, he's a scammer, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I have no evidence to back it up. I'm just telling you what I feel, right? It's my opinion. He's a scammer. Let's keep going. But he knows how to use the court system. He knows how to use these government agencies to his benefit. Let's keep going. All right.
He's a scallywag.
So 7/5/2016. Another hearing request for the child custody and visitation, all that good stuff. At 11:47, following proceedings were held. Jake Mitchell Harrow, President Court pro per, Isabella Rebecca Gonzalez. What's up with the Rebecca? Because he ended up getting with a Rebecca. Isabella's middle name was Rebecca. Interesting. Isabella Rebecca Gonzalez, president of court. Both parties sworn and examined. Issues discussed with the court. Court makes the following orders. Here's the orders of the court. Stipulation agreement pursuant to referral to child custody. Recommending counseling regarding custody and visitation order filed. This court has jurisdiction to make child custody orders in this case under the Uniform Child Custody Jurisdiction and Enforcement Act, Family Law Code 3400. Let's see if they do what the visitation is. Okay. It doesn't look like. One thing I'm noticing from these California minutes is they don't put any narratives in there, which sucks. Really does. Other states will put narratives in there, so you get like a gist of was discussed and what the order is. They just basically say what they're there for, and then that's it.
Check it out.
They're not giving you much information. I mean, I like transparency, so I'd hope that California would adopt more transparency. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to talk crap about Cali. I'm just saying
chance of rain.
they need more transparency. Let's keep going.
71, mostly cloudy. 11:53. It's Thursday.
So on 3/16/2017, Isabella actually got herself an attorney.
August.
Which is good.
2025.
Let's keep going.
In the year 2025.
There's a lot of counseling that was recommended for these two, for the mother and the father.
Was still alive. Listen, Doma.
Let's keep going.
Listen, Doma.
Okay, Isabella Gonzalez, President Court, stipulation agreement pursuant to referral to child custody, recommending counseling regarding custody and visitation order filed. Okay, so once again, same deal. Okay.
Am I subscribed?
So who put in this order for visitation? Notice of case reassignment to Department on Dissolution with Children of Jake Mitchell Harrow. Hearing request for order change, child custody visitation. This is 2019.
210,
I mean, this is a funny thing. It's always like the baby beaters that want access to the children the most.
Over 93,000.
It's like this guy
subscribers.
clearly hurts children, but yet he wants access to his children. It doesn't make any sense to me. Let's keep going.
I got 16.
Sorry, guys.
I'm happy for him. You guys make my day. Lonely old man.
Sorry about that. Fix that in a second. Visitation awarded to Jake Mitchell Harrow as follows. Frequent and liberal supervised visits. Visits to be supervised by the mother or a third party agreed upon between the parties. This court has jurisdiction to make child custody orders in this case. So they gave him frequent supervised visits. I wonder why that is, ladies and gentlemen. Frequent supervised visits. All right, that's what they gave him when? In 2019. Let's see what else we got. All right, visitation awarded to Jake Mitchell Harrow as follows. Professionally, so earlier in 2019, he got frequent supervised visits, right? By the mother and somebody else. Then in March of 2019, they then changed it to professionally supervised visits with the minor child. 1 time per week, 2 to 4 hours. So remember, it was frequent before that. Frequent. It's kind of like you guys work it out, but you got to have supervised visits. But then it got changed to professionally supervised visits 1 time per week, 2 to 4 hours. I wonder why they changed that. Did the court started noticing that he was dangerous? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. They're not as transparent as they should be in these court documents in California, but they are giving us some tidbits that even the court is starting to notice that this guy is dangerous. He's dangerous. Let's keep going. We're parsing through it, but we're getting there. We're getting truth in here. Let's keep going. So now we get down to 2021. Let's see what's going on.
Active law enforcement.
So you got a domestic violence restraining order on Jake Mitchell filed by Isabella in 2025. This is the newest one here, but let me go back up here to 2019. Okay, non-proof of service. Okay, so here we go. So this is the most recent stuff here. DVTRO on domestic violence with children, filed by Isabella Rebecca Gonzalez. Filed by Isabella Rebecca Gonzalez. Notice of court hearing. Filed by Isabella. Proposed restraining order after hearing. Filed by Isabella. Permanent restraining order 9/9/2025. So that's going to be their next court hearing, which is going to be at 8:30 a.m. That's what we're working with.
That was the last time I had sex.
Bananas.
99.99.
Absolutely bananas. Let's keep going. So the boy's name is Eli, by the way. I want to go ahead to Ashley Banfield, who actually is going to interview. I'm going to step away for a quick second so I can get something, but I'll be right back in 30 seconds. I don't like playing people's videos, and I'm not there actually reacting to it, but I do have to step away. It's a little bit of an emergency.
26 years.
So Ashley Banfield is going to talk to the cousin who adopted the children, who adopted Promise, the baby who was almost killed by Jake Harrow. Let's listen to us. I want to watch this too. I'll be right back.
7-month-old baby boy named Emmanuel Harrow. And the details that we've just learned about the baby's father and his criminal past, absolutely hair-raising. The number of children that have been moved out of the Harrow home into the custody of others is nothing short of alarming. Let me take you back for a moment. Baby Emmanuel was reported missing last Thursday. His mother, Rebecca Harrow, claimed that a stranger approached her from behind, said, "Hola," and then knocked her unconscious. She says when she woke up, baby Emmanuel was gone, right there in the parking lot, gone. But according to investigators, Rebecca's story didn't add up all the way. Rebecca refused a lie detector test, and both she and her husband have stopped cooperating with the police, the authorities say. To be clear, there have been no charges filed against Jake or Rebecca Harrow. And Jake's attorney insisted right here on this show last night that his client, Jake Harrow, is cooperating, despite that statement from the police suggesting otherwise. Tonight it is Jake's past, however, that is becoming a lot more worrisome. Yesterday, we learned about his felony child cruelty conviction, the one that put him in jail for 6 months back in 2023.
Right.
Both Jake and his ex-wife, Vanessa Avila, pleaded guilty to the charges.
Mind you, 6 months was not enough. 6 months was a mockery of our justice system, ladies and gentlemen. We saw what he did to that baby. We 1,000% saw what he did to that baby. Those pictures were so cruel that YouTube actually demonetized that video for like 12 hours until it was manually reviewed, and then they approved it. That was horrible. 6 months was a mockery of our law. Let's keep going.
And tonight we have learned that crime was committed against his own 10-week-old baby girl, a child who survived but suffered horrendous lifelong injuries. We've got photos of the child, and I should tell you that the family has given us permission to show those photos, likely as a warning about Jake Harrow. But I do want to tell you this. When we show you those photos, they are quite disturbing, so fair warning in advance. Here is the little girl in her hospital bed, 10 weeks old. She is recovering here from several fractures to her ribs, to her skull,
20%.
And to her legs. She is also recovering from a brain hemorrhage. This little girl was eventually removed from the Harrow home, and she was...
I don't know if I'm weird.
Oh, you see that?
But even in this state, look how cute that little baby is. Why would you want to hurt a little baby? Look at the state of this baby, and you can still see how beautiful and cute and you just want to hold her. You just want to love her, nurture her. But yet there are people that exist in this world who look at her as a nuisance, who look at her as an obstacle, who look at her as something to get rid of, something to abuse, something to take your anger out of. Your life sucks. You hate your life, and so you take it out on her. Instead of doing something about your life, instead of getting therapy, instead of educating yourself, instead of trying harder, working harder,
fractured ribs and
becoming one with God.
Jesus Christ.
Instead of doing the things that make you a better human and give you a better quality of life, making peace with your exes, you decide to take your anger out on this precious gem of a human being. Unbelievable. Let's keep going.
Adopted by one of Vanessa's cousins. That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name is Promise Faith. According to the cousin, Promise is now 7 years old. But take a look at this picture. The damage that she suffered from those injuries was permanent. Promise was left blind. Promise was left unable to walk.
Oh my
Promise
God.
was left unable to talk and unable to swallow
Wow.
due to strangulation.
Unbelievable.
We are
Strangulation.
told from this cousin that Promise has
We didn't even know that. That wasn't in the article that we read. Strangulation. He strangled a
Jay.
10-week-old baby. And California, and listen, this is not about politics. Florida is a Republican state, and I'm so pissed off with Florida with the Stephen Stearns situation. We will be talking about updates on Stephen Stearns this weekend. Plunder dropped a crazy video of Stephen Stearns' mother on body-worn camera. Plus, there's updates on the Drummond case people are hitting me up about, where Drummond actually came on, and this is a totally separate case, this Drummond case, and he's talking to a
Oh, got a
reporter
new movie.
about being an informant and all that. So we're going to go through all that stuff on the weekend when I get a day off. I'll do like 3 shows in one day, and we'll talk about all these other things other than this story, even though this story is important and is worth covering. That's why we're covering it. It's not about politics. It's just about misguided laws or misguided execution of laws. It doesn't matter who's your governor and who you vote for. It's about humanity. California failed Emmanuel Haro just like Florida failed the legacy of Madeline Soto. That's all it's about. It's like, so let's not turn this into political ideology. Let's come together as Americans and as fellow human beings and say we want a change. We want a change. We're not talking about immigration. We're not talking about welfare. We're not talking about unemployment. We're not talking about LGBTQIA, which I'm a big supporter of, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. I love my
Man, this guy's
LGBTQ
on a
community
rant.
and my friends and who are part of that community. It's about justice for children. That's all we're doing here.
Yeah,
We're a voice.
that's what it's all about. I was gonna do a thing called curing cancer. Indiana added $2 a pack to a pack of cigarettes. Tax. Now, I remember when the last governor, he vetoed they wanted a big tax on cigarettes, and he vetoed it, and they let him get away with it. I think they snuck $1 in there somehow. Now, this year, they upped it $2 a pack. And they say it's going to cure cancer, so here I am. Curing cancer. That's what I wanted this cast to be, but I keep getting off on this missing baby, and the more you hear about it, the weirder it gets. I think that for the baby girl Promise, he should have got life, but that's neither here nor there. I've always wanted to say that. All right, love you. See you later.